All right, and we are live. It's been quite a while. I've wanted to get more of an upgraded studio set, but I haven't been able to in time for this game, so we're going to be doing what we've normally been doing for live streams and stuff, whether it's football or basketball. Iowa currently leads 6-2 and was just fouled. So, yeah. These two teams, I'm kind of not necessarily shocked that either of them are here. Iowa, I thought, was a team that was hot entering the tournament. Rebraka was the one who was fouled, and he misses his free throw. Both of these teams are good offensive teams that have, it's an understatement to say that they struggle on defense. Hey, FB Sports, how are you doing? And Purdue, a foul. Foul on Perkins. Not on Perkins, actually. Eric Hunter will be shooting your free throws. He's a guard from Purdue. He was very impactful in the last game against Michigan State, and he misses his first free throw. The foul was on Rebraka. And of course, ESPN is ahead of YouTube TV, and yeah, he makes his second right here. It always happens, unless it's like a Michigan or Michigan State game. Then it's actually behind. It's weird. Perkins with the ball. Ivy is matched up with him. Hands it off to, I think, Bohannon. Missed. And Purdue ball. Off the rebound that went out of bounds. My final four picks, FB Sports, my final four, it's going to be no Big Ten teams. None at all. I would say, gosh, this is tough because, again, I'm not a whole basketball person. I kind of just do this for fun. And Ivy with a very obvious layup there. It was quick. It was nice. Speedy. My final four picks would probably be... I could just straight up say that I really don't know. I don't think Auburn will make it far. Purdue and Iowa, the teams that are up here, are probably going to be the ones who will reach the furthest. I'm just going to say Kansas. Bohannon was fouled on that one. I'm just going to say Kansas, Arizona, Gonzaga, and a part of me really wants to say UCLA or like Duke. And I'm only saying UCLA because, they were hot last year. They have the same players as, last year for the most part, and they're good. They're a lot better, more consistent than last year. My bracket, I haven't even made one yet. I'm waiting for all this to be over before I make one. And Murray makes his first free throw. Hello, amazing. How are you doing? Who do you want to win? All of you who are watching, do you want Purdue or Iowa to win? Tell me down below. And the second free throw reigns for Iowa. Keegan Murray made both of his free throws. Oh my gosh, a steal by Iowa, a layup made by, I think, McCaffrey. Oh no, Bohannon. So Iowa leads at 10-5. Ivy with the ball. Gets a screen from Williams, and he almost turns it over. And Ivy drives, passes out. It's almost a turnover again. 3 attempt by Purdue. It's good. 10-8. Sasha Stefanovic. That was good. Chris Murray drives. It's tipped away. Rebounded by Iowa. His brother, Ivy, picks up the foul. It was a very quick sequence of events right there. But it's 10-8. Iowa leads. Doing well. I have Purdue winning this one, but it's not looking good. Yeah, I don't know if Purdue's gonna win. My senses told me Iowa is gonna win this game. I really don't care. I want Iowa to win. Part of me thinks Iowa will win before watching this, but I don't really have an opinion on who I think is going to win. I think it's most likely, I don't know. Iowa's one of these teams that when everything matters, when it just all comes down to they have to win, they don't do well. They don't do well in the Big Ten tournament. They haven't done well in March Madness. It's just kind of a fact. So it's hard to pick for them. Purdue, on the other hand, they do well, at least in March Madness. They do okay until about the Elite Eight or until they face these better teams, and then Matt Painter normally folds in some kind of way. So to conclude, what I'm kind of rambling on about at this point is I don't think anyone in the Big Ten is going to reach past the Elite Eight. I don't see it. Part of me would be shocked even if one of them made it past the Sweet 16. I don't know. I just look at this year's Big Ten and last year's Big Ten, and I see a lot of similar correlations. And Purdue and Iowa have the best offenses in the Big Ten, at least last time I checked, and I think as a result of that, they will make it the furthest. Illinois will probably fizz out early once again. Ohio State, and Michigan aren't really any good. We don't even know if Michigan will make it. It's, Rutgers and Indiana, they win when it matters, but I don't see them reaching far either. I'd say Purdue or Iowa will reach the Elite Eight and then get beat by a solid team, a team that's overall better in basketball in just about every way. But yeah. An ad was going on, so that's why I'm not calling this game. It was a brief little ad, and now we're back. And new viewers, stay on. This is just like a watch party, basically. I'm calling this game, commentating on basketball or college sports in between the ad breaks. You don't have to listen to the, really boring ads. The repetitive ads, especially. Wow. Iowa's just amazing on offense. Keegan and Chris Murray are really good. There's McCaffrey, too. I think there's two McCaffrey brothers that are really good as well. Bohannon is, this three-point shooting monster. And then you have Edey and Ivy on Purdue that are just their own, two-headed kraken that is hard to take down. Bohannon, I think, has the ball. Bohannon misses the three. It's rebounded by Ivy with Purdue, and Ivy's trying to take it up really quick, and Williams with the layup, with the jumper. Don't know if it's jumper or a layup. I think it's a jumper. So Purdue now ties it 10-10. McCaffrey has it. Passes it back to Perkins. He's looking for a guy. Passes it to McCaffrey, and no. Rebound by Perkins, though. By Keegan Murray, pardon me, who puts it back up. That's nice. 12-10. And part of the crowd is not happy with that at all. Williams with Purdue. Purdue has the ball, and they almost create a turnover, but Williams collects his own mistake. Oh, rebounded again. Purdue rebounds it. Ivy with the 3 attempt, and it's no good. Rebounded by Keegan Murray. And Keegan Murray goes for his own 3 attempt and misses it, and it's rebounded by Purdue and Williams. These teams love to attempt threes, and Purdue misses a shot. It's rebounded by McCaffrey and given to Perkins. And wow, Chris Murray with a 3, 15-10, Hawkeyes. Man, this cannot be this behind. This is crazy. Whatever, though. Ivy with a crazy layup. He always goes for those. It's 15-12. Either way, this will be a blood battle. I think so. Perkins tries for a layup, fails. It's blocked and rebounded by Iowa. And Perkins makes 3 attempt? No. But rebounded by Chris Murray. And I think Ivy is fouled. So I think that's Ivy's second. Maybe, that's Ivy's second personal foul. It's huge. He's their best player by a mile. That's why he's on the cover of this, video. He's the best player that they have. Easily. And so far, yes, it is sloppy. But when both teams kind of live and die by the 3, like Iowa just tried another 3 attempt and missed it, and that was McCaffrey. Ivy does have the ball for Purdue. He tries to quick drive, almost turns it over. He does turn it over. Williams tried to recover it, but failed in doing so. Iowa now has the ball. They pass it to Bohannon, and Bohannon misses the 3. And rebounded by Williams for Purdue. Yeah, Kenneth, this game is sloppy. Iowa's 1 of 7 of 3-pointers. Purdue's 1 of 2. It's keeping Purdue in this game as Iowa being cold. Williams for Purdue has it. Passes it backwards. Oh my goodness, that was ingenious. Purdue gets a score, 15-14, Iowa. Chris Murray drives, retreats, goes up, no. Rebounded by Williams for Purdue. Yeah, a lot of missed shots. This is why basketball, this is just, to me, it's crazy. I mean, football's turned into this high-scoring spread affair, and basketball's slowed down. I hate it. A turnover, Williams had a bad pass, and then another turnover. Man, that was a bad sequence. Yeah, you're right. This game is sloppy. It's bad. It's terrible. Two turnovers with bad passes. Both teams are trying to be quick. They need to slow it down. They're rushing too much, and it's costing them. Iowa lives and dies by the 3. We know this. And they're 1 of 7, and it's killing them. But we saw this against Indiana. As long as Iowa doesn't fall too behind to catch up, you can never sleep on them. You can never let them rest, because the second they get hot from 3, you now are forced into your own scoring frenzy. And not every team has, elite enough offenses to keep up with Iowa's when Iowa's is hot. Now, when Iowa's is cold, it's a completely different story. But, yeah, that's just my little take. It's an ad break right now. The score is 15-14 Iowa. I'm personally pulling for Iowa to win. I want a new Big Ten tournament champion. They deserve it with Bohannon and everyone they have. They're a good team. No doubt they deserve, Big Ten championship. So yeah, it's crazy. And there's a Geico ad playing. I love the gecko from Geico, but advertisements are boring in their own. Yeah, the computer systems, the ESPN Basketball Power Index is flip-flopping. It's mainly favoring Iowa, but the game's so close, it's too early to tell. No point in, predicting the outcome of this game. I will say Iowa is only shooting 14% from 3. So by the current trend of the game, Iowa should likely get hot at some point. Purdue needs to secure a lead, otherwise Iowa might run away with this in the second half. Again, that's just me though. And we are back. Kevin Warren is here. I really kind of have a neutral opinion on him, personally. I like how, he's trying to make sure that the SEC and ESPN don't get all the power, but I also don't appreciate how he tried to, completely axe the season in 2020. But yeah, that's just me. You can never have a perfect commissioner. It's impossible. Anyway. Well, you know what? I was going to win this. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But they're going to win this, and they're probably going to win this by 5 or more points. They're going to get hot at some point. They're only shooting, 14%. Only 14% from 3. They're going to heat up. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. If they're going to play their best game, they're gonna heat up. And Memphis is losing to Houston, which I don't want to happen either. Stinks. Purdue with the ball. Looks like they've taken out Jaden Ivey, which makes sense. He has 2 personal fouls. But they have Zach Edey in. Big, long guy. And, wow. Yep. 3 seconds. Turnover. Zach Edey turns it over. Wow. That is impressive defense. Purdue with 4 turnovers. Iowa with only 1. It's Iowa's poor shooting that is certainly preventing them from leading by double digits. Only 3 left to shoot, and Iowa gets a nice shot. It's a nice shot by Josh Ogundele. I think he's a bench player. Definitely a bench player. Don't know why I said I think he is. And Purdue is very short on the 3. It's rebounded by Ogundele. McCaffrey has it. Connor McCaffrey has it. There's more than one McCaffrey on Iowa. And again, the shot clock's running down. Iowa. Whoa! That is nice. Joe Toussaint with a jumper, and it's 19-14 Hawkeyes. That was a nice play. He was mid-air, running out of time, and everything worked for him. And another turnover by Zach Edey. Good defense by the Hawkeyes. Bohannon has it. And he tries for 3 and is well short, and it's rebounded by Purdue. Oral Roberts for the Elite Four? No. Another miss, but a rebound by Purdue. And it's stolen away by Ogundele. Connor McCaffrey with the ball. Passes it to Keegan Murray. No. Rebounded by Purdue. Very good D. Very good D by the Hawkeyes. And another. Wow. Purdue just can't shoot anything. They can't even protect the ball. but that was a very poor layup job by Toussaint. Didn't even get another turnover. My goodness, and Toussaint finally with the layup. That was a bad series for Purdue. It's 21-14. Iowa's still very dry from 3, but they lead by 7. That was a horrid sequence by Purdue. That was a horrid sequence. Like, Purdue has 8 turnovers to Iowa's 1. They had, 3 turnovers in a row on, 3, drives is the closest thing to call them. It's asinine. That's bad. Iowa now given a 68.4% chance to win according to the Basketball Power Index. And jokes aside, it is a defensive battle. It's true. That's facts. This game, though, I mean, man, you cannot have 8 turnovers and a half against a team like Iowa. Iowa's cold, by the way, guys. For all of you who are new, Iowa is only shooting 12% from 3. 12% from 3. We know this team. This team is going to get hot at some point. They're going to get hot. And when they do, if Purdue doesn't change their act, it's going to get ugly. It's just going to. It's a fact. I don't want to have to explain this over and over again, but Purdue needs to stop turning it over. And they put an Ivy back in. Ivy, he is fouled. He is fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2. All of you who are new here, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing more of these, but in a more likely, professional-looking studio setting for March Madness. Going to be live reviewing some of those games. Probably more along the lines of, the Elite 8, Final 4, and the championship game. And Ivy misses his first free throw attempt. That stinks. That stinks. Absolutely stinks if you're a Boilermaker fan. Which I don't imagine there are many here, but if there are any Boilermaker fans, your football program is in good shape. So, you should be excited about that too. And your basketball team is very good. They should make a pretty good run. And Ivy makes his second free throw. So it is 21-15 Iowa. Let's see if Iowa can finally end its 3 drought. Sanford, in. 23-15. Sanford, Peyton makes it in. Ivy passes it out, and then it's passed back to him. Williams, and 1. And 1. He'll go to the line for 1 attempt, 23-17 Hawkeyes. And a media timeout has been taken. What a game thus far. What a game. Man, what a game. So, a little bit of basketball talk. Who do you all think is winning the national title? Derpy Gaming, soft foul. Soft foul. Well, if you're an Iowa fan saying that, if Purdue doesn't change the way they play, it's not going to matter when that foul is called, because at some point, the Murray brothers and Bohannon are going to heat up, and yeah, you know the drill. I have noticed that the officiating has been skeptical. It deserves skepticism. It's bad. I will say that I will defend it. I witnessed it during the Purdue-Michigan State game. There were questionable calls, mainly on the side of Purdue, but even some for Michigan State. Officiating in the Big Ten for basketball, it's just not good. It's certainly not good. It needs improvement. Jack Harrington, Kentucky winning the Natty. Really? When they struggled against Vanderbilt, they were handled by Tennessee. Tennessee should get the 1 seed. You know what? Let me see the polls. I need to quickly see the polls. I admit that I do not follow the polls for basketball the same way I nearly religiously follow them in football, but okay. Tennessee's 11. Gonzaga is one. Gonzaga and Arizona are locks for 1 seeds. This isn't a debate. Auburn should not be a 1 seed after losing to Texas A&M, who, if you didn't see, they basically got shellacked by Tennessee. Tennessee is clearly they're a good team. Let's just put it that way. Providence, they got blown out. Duke lost. We all know this. I think that was, what was that, for the ACC championship game? I forget. I think it was. Kansas won the Big 12. I'm thinking it's going to be Gonzaga, Arizona, probably Kansas too. I mean, there's a debate whether some think Baylor and Kansas will be 1 seeds. I don't know if Tennessee can necessarily get a 1 seed. They should at least get a 2 seed just from looking at, their schedule and their wins and losses. I'm an Ohio State fan. I hate Purdue, rooting for Iowa to win something. I'm also rooting for Iowa to win something. It would be nice to see a new face. And, Fran McCaffrey, if you include this team and his last team, he's had some of his 2 best, if not his 2 best teams 2 years in a row. 25-9 is this team's record. This team deserves top 20 status and top 15 status if they win, if they beat this Purdue team. Trevion Williams is at the line as we speak. Will he make his and one attempt? Yes. 23-18. Ulis has it knocked out from him. It'll be Iowa ball, but good defense by Williams. Keegan Murray, what will he do? He's being guarded by Williams. He passes it out. Ulis. Murray, good. Keegan Murray finally heats up. It's 26-18 Purdue. And Purdue needs to do something. Oh, Jack, I agree. I think Arizona will probably be my pick to win it all. I think they're the best team. Like, seeing what they did to UCLA last night, UCLA couldn't stop them. It's crazy. And a 3 that's no good by Purdue, but Williams rebounds it. And there is a foul committed on, I think, Bohannon. Drew, if you're in Mexico, I have no clue. I mean, you might be able to find websites, but that's it. I have no clue about those websites. That was Gillis was fouled by Rebraca, and he makes his first free throw. It's 26-19. Toussaint comes right back out. And Gillis makes his second free throw. So it is 26-20, Iowa. And Jack, after your correction, just a little more on that. UCLA if you watched that game last night, UCLA could not do anything. They could not stop Arizona, no matter what they did. And they made some pretty darn good NBA-level shots. It didn't matter. Did not matter. Murray, no. And a tough physical rebound by Williams. Brackets get revealed at 6 p.m. tonight. That will be fun. I would be excited for that. Williams passes it out, and Purdue hits a 3, finally. 26-23, Iowa. And it is a 3-point game. Ulis passes it to McCaffrey, who almost loses it. McCaffrey has it again. Tries a jumper. No. Misses. Rebounded by Williams on Purdue. Jaden Ivey has it. And a steal Ivy commits a turnover. If Purdue wins, I won't watch the tourney. It's funny. Derpy Gaming, what happened to Ohio State basketball? They completely fell off after looking decent. Toussaint completely airballs that shot. It's Ogundele. Pardon me. I got him and Toussaint mixed up. What happened to Ohio State basketball? Like I'm actually fascinated by what happened to them. What are Barstool Sports streams? Are they just guys sitting around drinking alcohol? I imagine that's what they are. Not that Barstool Sports doesn't produce good content sometimes. Sometimes it's really funny to watch, but yeah. It's nice to know that even in not even like my living room, not even a prepped studio, which I plan on, building, constructing, getting a better camera. I plan on upgrading this, and especially during football season, making it into something. But it's nice to know that even still, I'm doing well. And my goodness, that was a sequence. That was a sequence by Purdue. And finally, Iowa gets it. That was Connor McCaffrey with the defensive rebound. Yeah, Thad Matta had to retire Derpy Gaming because of health, and, Chris Holtman has not... I think Chris Holtman is 0-2 against Juwan Howard at home in Columbus, which makes me as a Michigan fan laugh. But that's... For Ohio State, that's just horrible. Wow. That's not Keegan Murray. That's Perkins. Perkins with a nice... It was a nice jumper. Nice jumper. 28-23 Iowa Hawkeyes. Ivy with a 3. It's way off the mark. Rebounded by Connor McCaffrey. Perkins has it. Keegan Murray is open, and he immediately goes for 3 and no. Rebounded by Purdue's Williams. Passes it out to Ivy. Purdue is currently on a team drought, according to CBS Sports. 0 points in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Gillis has it, passes it to Williams. It's deflected by McCaffrey. Stefanovic, no. Keegan Murray with the rebound. Attempted steal by Williams, doesn't work. Perkins has it for Iowa. Perkins, nice. Nice step back. 30-23 Iowa. Wow. And again, Iowa's still cold from 3. They're only shooting 18% from 3. They're going to warm up at some point. Gillis has it. Passes it out to Williams. Wow. Got past him. Got the foul. Wow. Williams has done well. Very well. Ad break. 30-23 Iowa. Oh, I'm getting uncomfortable. Sitting on a couch and, leaning over constantly to get the mic. I'm actually going to adjust myself here. Make it so I don't have to lean over. It can be a pain sometimes. Yeah. Okay, this is much more comfortable. Derpy Gaming, these fouls are so soft. I didn't see enough of that last one. That one looked, somewhat legit. Because, if you're understand if someone is heading toward the basket and you're not set and you collide, it's normally going to be a defensive foul. It looks soft, but that's how I've interpreted basketball since the time that I played in middle school. Which, shouldn't even matter. But, yeah, that's how I've interpreted it since, I played, then watching it. I think I've watched probably every March Madness since the 2018 season. I remember seeing Villanova crush Michigan. So it's been a long time of watching March Madness and all these tournaments. Yeah, basketball it's kind of the whole, it's kind of, college sports in general, as we try and protect our players, it definitely gets, softer. And I am going to use that word. I mean, there's obviously player safety, but there are points where, like the targeting rule, for example. Oh, there are guys who obviously, target people, and that's why the rule was invented. But a guy who accidentally has helmet-to-helmet contact, should he be, suspended for an entire game? Absolutely not. No. I mean, it's just being serious when I say that. And yeah, it's just, as we try to protect our players, sometimes it does more harm than good for the sport in general. Honestly. So yeah. Oh, I cannot wait for halftime. At halftime, I'm going to get a big glass of water, finish the meal I made before, yeah. Targeting should be changed. It's BS. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I think there should be punishments for it, like probably what it should be is a foul that punishes you with 15, 20, 25 yards, like a very costly penalty. Very costly penalty, but not one that expels you for the whole game. Maybe if you do it twice, then maybe you're expelled for the whole game, or 3 times, because then you know what you're doing after you made, but for first time, when you're in the moment and haven't done it a whole lot, you're not going to be aware that you're potentially making helmet-to-helmet contact. It's a game, there's multiple variables, not everyone's going to be perfect. It's just not going to happen. Tennessee should get the 1 seed over Baylor. Yeah, Baylor got humiliated by nobody Oklahoma. That foul might have been that to Derby Gaming's point, that was a soft foul. That was, even Fran McCaffrey's mad beyond belief. That was on Bohannon. Gets a 1-and-1, doesn't matter. Perkins with the rebound. 30-23 Iowa with only 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Bohannon with the 3 attempt, that was way off, and you could tell. Ivy with the rebound, he has space. Wow. And he dodged the charging foul. He spun around the set guy and got the layup. That's nice athleticism and intelligence. Perkins puts it back out. No. Edey with the rebound. Iowa they're just cold. You wonder when a team is this cold if they're ever going to actually heat up. Wow, Edey with the rebound, and it goes. Zach Edey making a presence known. 30-27 Iowa. Again, Iowa shooting 15% from 3. They miss another shot. Edey with the rebound, but a foul on Perkins is going to put Edey at the line. Wow. It's crazy. Yep. Iowa needs to get hot from 3 if they're going to put this game away, because again, you have the two-headed monster that is Edey and Ivy. Edey misses, so it's a 1-and-1 because it's just a bonus for Purdue. Connor McCaffrey tries to drive, realizes he can't. Keegan Murray with the ball. What's he going to do? He's a wizard. Ogundele passed it out to Connor McCaffrey. Connor McCaffrey double-teamed. Perkins drives. Nice. And Edie gets fouled, and Ogundele with a nice shot. That was nice. It's a nice layup. 32-27. It's an and one. Nice. I got snacks. I'm going to get some snacks. We'll probably take a 1 or 2 minute break from this stream and go get some stuff to bring into this room. But Ogundele misses the free throw. Ivy has it for Purdue. Well, of course, we're only getting more concurrent viewers right as it approaches halftime. All of you who are here, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay on this stream, most importantly. We're going to have some fun. And Williams with a dunk for Purdue, 32-29 Iowa, with only around a minute remaining. Only around a minute. Perkins has the ball, passes it back to McCaffrey, Connor McCaffrey. There's 13 seconds left on the shot clock, so Iowa has to do something. McCaffrey passes back to Bohannon. 5, 4, 3, 2. Whoa! Wow! It hit one, and Bohannon made another three. Another acrobatic three. It's 35-29 with 25 seconds remaining in the first half. That was needed for momentum purposes. Williams passes it to Ivy, and good for Purdue. 35-32 Iowa. And Iowa, it's in Bohannon's hands, and they know he can shoot it from long, so they're going to try to not let him get something. Bohannon, short. Short. Yep, 35-32 at the end of the first half for Iowa. Wow. What a half. What a half indeed. So, Iowa is shooting 20% from 3. Purdue is shooting 33% from 3. Purdue's shooting 44% of their field goals. Iowa's 39.5. The main stat is Purdue having 9 turnovers and Iowa having 1. But then again, Purdue is also out-rebounding Iowa 27-15. So, yeah, this is a game. It's definitely a game. I can't believe he made that either, Derby Game. He is so good, and this is why I have Iowa. I'm having them make a deep run. Because look at them. Look at them. They're facing off one of the best teams in the country. Purdue is definitely a top 15 team, maybe a top 10 team. Probably closer to top 10, but they've had their struggles. Iowa is not even playing their best game. They're not. They're not. Iowa normally shoots much better from 3. They're still beating Purdue by 3. This Iowa team's deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly. It's crazy. I think they're going to make a run. And Iowa's probably going to be, a 4 seed? Most likely. I think at least. And Iowa started off weak, early, middle of the year. They've gotten hot at the right time, whereas Purdue, Purdue has fallen off a little toward the end of the year. Iowa's peaking, or at least pretty close to peaking, and that's what you want in a team. It's kind of the same thing with, Kentucky dominating A&M while everyone else struggled with them. And it's what Memphis is doing, even though they're down by 12 against Houston at the half. Memphis was a peaking team, and that probably helped them lock up, or close to lock up, a tournament bid, despite having a very slow start under Penny Hardaway. And, yeah. And then Wisconsin, what an ending for Wisconsin. They lost to Nebraska at home, and Nebraska didn't have their best player, but granted, Davis was injured as well. And then they lose to Michigan State in one of the worst games I've seen Wisconsin play. Wow. Unbelievable. It's unreal. Unreal. And then Ohio State losing to Penn State. The whole Big Ten, I hate to say it, outside of these two teams, and maybe Wisconsin. Wisconsin, honestly, I think Davis not being healthy really hurt them. But outside of these two teams and maybe Wisconsin, the conference is weak this year, in my opinion. Like, Michigan is just bad. Michigan State is, Armand, Duke lost. Duke lost to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is on a mission. As someone said it on Twitter perfectly, Virginia Tech is on a mission and Duke was just in the way. They were just another factor. Just another factor. Duke went down. It's unreal. It's so unreal. So fascinating. Wow. Can't even believe it. Yeah, the Big Ten, it's gonna be up to Purdue or Iowa to win something significant for the Big Ten. Maybe Wisconsin. Illinois? No, absolutely not. After seeing how they lost to, Indiana. And here's another interesting thing to think about, too. Indiana making the run they made proves that, Michigan is a chaos team. Because if Michigan, you think about it, Michigan doesn't choke, which I know it's theoreticals, but they might have been able to beat Illinois and potentially compete with Iowa. And it's I don't know. But there's plenty of Big Ten teams who, it's kind of like Michigan State. If Michigan State doesn't turn over the ball, they can play close with just about everybody and beat a few good teams. Michigan, if they play well, they can, blow out some good teams, but they also have a lower floor than State does. So Michigan and Michigan State are in this weird spot to where they're kind of wild card teams in their own respects. They're their own wild card team. Michigan has an X factor, but also really doesn't have a culture. State, has that. They have Tom Izzo as their head coach, but they don't have an X factor player. All of their players are supporting cast people, and none of them step up. It's honest. And then Illinois is, Illinois is good, and then they're not. They're good, and then they're not. They're weird. They flip and flop. Just my opinion. All right. So, what are your guys' Final Four predictions? I was asked this earlier, but I want to ask you guys now. Who are your guys' Final Four predictions? I'm curious for this one. Very curious. I'm thinking Arizona is a definite. I think depending on the schedule that Gonzaga has, they'll reach it, though. This Gonzaga team is not as good as last year's team. They're not. I mean, did they, dominate UCLA? Yes. But I think they lost to... I forget who they lost to. Let me see. Let me pull up Gonzaga's schedule. I'm very curious to see their schedule. I know they have 3 losses, which, for them is huge, yet they're still ranked number 1. They lost to Duke, Alabama, who Alabama is, they're not good. Let's just be honest. And at St. Mary's. So they've lost to 2 good teams and an all-right team. Seth's last 4 in, based on Richmond. Wow. Oh, wow. That's the halftime report. He thinks Michigan is in. A lot of people are picking Michigan to be in, which is a surprise, but Michigan State was basically in the same situation last year, and they got into. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think Arizona should be number 1. I think Arizona's the, unanimous. They should be the unanimous number 1 team. They play so well. So well. It's just, Yeah. Just my opinion, though. They beat UCLA last night by 8 points. It was crazy. Tommy Lloyd is 31-3 in his first year. His losses are to UCLA At number 19, Tennessee. Tennessee looks like a really good team. They're going to be top 10. And at Colorado. And Colorado, I think that was Colorado's like senior night or something, whatnot. But yeah, Arizona by far the best team in the Pac-12. I think they're better than Gonzaga. Gonzaga had obviously an easier conference schedule than Arizona did. So, but then again, looking at Gonzaga, their losses, to me, on paper at least, look better than Arizona's. So, interesting. It makes it even more interesting that Tommy Lloyd was an assistant at Gonzaga before accepting this job at Arizona. Okay, Armand. Zona, Gonzaga, Baylor, Duke, Duke or Kansas is those are the questionable teams for you. Amazing. Arizona, Gonzaga, Baylor, maybe Duke. I do, it is kind of a fact that Kansas often fizzles out before the Final Four. So I can accept why people wouldn't want to, would think that they won't make it. Baylor, though, they're not the same team as last year. I don't know enough to have a solid opinion. I'll admit that right here. I don't want to sound like a really elite expert on this, but I think Arizona's a pretty safe bet. Pretty safe bet is Arizona. And yeah, Arizona. Definitely Arizona. And I'd say Gonzaga too. I'd lean more Kansas than Baylor just because they won their tournament while Baylor flopped completely. That isn't a good sign. Houston, heck no. I don't think Houston will. But then again, who knows? I mean, maybe they will find a way, kind of like they did last year, to win, closer games and do well. So who knows? Yeah, Tennessee just destroyed. I mean, the game, it wasn't like a 20-point win, but they had a 14-0 run to start the game against A&M. They dominated A&M. That whole game dominated A&M. So, yeah. I'm hoping this halftime show is going to be over soon because this is like putting me to sleep, honestly. It's more boring than basketball halftime. Because at halftime in basketball, what you can do is just tune over, or football, you can tune over to other games unless it's like championship week. And even then, there's so much to talk about because of the playoff and stuff. And yeah, but it's also because I'm a lot more interested in football than I am in basketball. Can't even believe Ohio State is still ranked in the coaches poll. I also can't believe that Michigan State received some votes in the coaches poll. That's just stupid. I can't even believe that. And they'll probably still receive some because of how they beat Wisconsin, even though they're 22-12. That's not a good record. That's not a good record at all. That's, worse than Texas, and Texas just choked in their tournament a few days ago. So, yeah. And then, personal level, if Michigan doesn't make it, I'll be, sad, but I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we really don't deserve a tournament appearance at all. And an ugly win is still a win. Yes, especially when it's in... Yes, and that's especially the case when you're not supposed to be there. Like, if you're supposed to be there, well, even then, a win is a win. I guess, in a certain sense. Blowouts always feel nice, though. They always do. Like me, seeing the Michigan-Ohio State game in football, seeing the Michigan-Purdue game in basketball, where it was... the football game really wasn't a blowout, but it was just a dominating game, especially in the second half. Both of those games were dominant second half performances. Those were so enjoyable. Close games are enjoyable when I have no opinion on either side. Like this game. is awesome. Stormtrooper, hello, how are you doing? I don't think Oregon is making the tournament, but are they making the NIT? I don't know, but I mean, you'll probably know. So why not ask you? There's that Ken Recker guy. Yeah, that's my dad. So yeah. I Well, will Gonzaga ever win a national title? That's what I'll talk about now. That's another thing to talk about. Because Mark Few has been there for 2 decades, and they have won. They've gotten far. When people say, oh, Gonzaga will never, never is a very strong term. But, oh, Gonzaga will never get far. They always choke early. You can't say that anymore. They've in the past close to a decade, they've made deep runs. Before then, it was hard for Mark Few to do that, but their records consistently get better and all. And they've been the runner-up twice since the 2016 season. And since the 2014 season, they've made 1, 2, 3, 4 Elite Eights or further. And in 2019 to 20, when, the season was canceled due to COVID and they were number 2 in both polls, they probably would have made a deep run too. After all, they lost to Michigan, who started off hot and then, died off. And they also lost to BYU that season. And that BYU team was pretty good. So, but I don't know if they'll ever win it. And I forget how old Mark Few is or whatever, but you can't be somewhere forever. It's impossible because everything is finite. I miss football too, Armand. And Stormtrooper, there is no confirmation in that. That sucks. Gonzaga going undefeated then losing to Baylor at the final game, which is last year. That was, and Baylor dominated that game too. That was enjoyable just to watch Baylor win something and Gonzaga once again just, fall completely off a cliff. That was enjoyable. And the game is back, finally. Finally. It's just beginning, so I'm just going to get water really quick, just a drink of water. I'll be right back, guys. Right back. Hello, Salvador Chavez. How are you doing? And Armand, next year will be Izzo's last. That would not surprise me at all. Part of me wouldn't even surprise me if he retired after this season. Purdue has the ball. They're down by 2. 36-34 is the score. Perkins is guarding number 2 for Purdue. He passes it to Ivy. Ivy gives it to Edey through the air, and Edey, nice layup. It's tied 36-36. Will this be a game until the end? Perkins passes it to Keegan Murray, who goes out for a 3 attempt, and boom! There it is. 39-36. Keegan Murray with a 3. His favorite mode of attack. Iowa now shooting 25% from 3. We'll see if they'll heat up. Ivy with the ball. Drives. Guarded by Perkins, double-teamed. Gillis passes it to Edey, who goes in. And man, he's so tall, he can easily rebound. But it's stripped, and a foul is called on Iowa. Edey is just, he's so long and tall. He can barely jump up and reach the rim. It's crazy. It's hard to guard him. Get this up to 20. No, not 20. Get this up to 30 likes, guys. Hit that like button and share this video around. Hit that like button till it gets to 30. 39-37, Iowa. Edey, second free throw is good. It's 39-38, Iowa. Can Iowa heat up and start knocking down those threes and force Purdue to panic? Keegan Murray was thinking about it, but was quickly guarded. He drives. That probably should have been a foul. That should have been a foul. That should have been a foul on Edey. Is what that should have been a foul on. Bohannon. 3. So close, but no. Rebounded by Edey. Nice. Purdue takes a lead, 39-40. Purdue takes one of its first leads. It was Eric Hunter who made the jumper. Keegan Murray, jumper of his own. It misses, and it's rebounded by Bohannon. Murray got it! 3-pointer. Keegan Murray with another 3. It's 42-40. Iowa. Iowa now shooting 27% from 3. I have a feeling they're slowly beginning to heat up. Gillis passes it out. Ivy. Gillis thought about the 3, but no. Ivy with the layup. It's tied at 42. Another tie. Perkins for Iowa has it. He's guarded by Ivy. Flips it out to McCaffrey, I think. Keegan Murray drives. He's looking for something. Perkins with a 3. No. Short. Gillis rebounds it. Passes it off to Ivy. Ivy trying to go around. Gillis to Edey. No. But a foul on Iowa. Wow. Quite the sequence. was a foul on Rebraka. His third. Edie. First one is good. 43-42, Purdue. Fran McCaffrey, not a happy camper. Should be called the Purdue Steamers. That's funny. That's funny. Purdue is winning the glass. Yes, they are. Edie makes the second. 44-42. Purdue. Keegan Murray has it. Passes it out to Perkins, who passes it back to Murray, who passes it back to Bohannon. Interesting sequence here. Shot clock down to 12. Iowa, a team who lives and dies by the three. They have to get hot. A pass to Chris Murray. And a foul on the floor. They spread out Purdue's defense and then attacked in the paint and drew a foul. Good on Iowa. 44-42 Purdue. Purdue should win this, but, what's the but? Why won't they win? Purdue now given a 58.4% chance to win this game, according to ESPN's Basketball Power Index. There's 15:41 to go, and Houston is swamping Memphis. That is not what I want to see. Gosh darn it. Darn it. It sucks. It stinks. Darn it. Wanted Memphis to win. I'm not going to, though. They're shooting 0% from three. Whatever. You cannot. They're 0 of 4 from. No, they're 0 of 6 from three. You can't win a game 0% from three. It's not going to happen. Especially against a team like Houston. But they're in a dogfight. Yeah. And Purdue hasn't always done well in dogfights. The Michigan State game, when they traveled to Michigan State, for example. The Wisconsin game. Don't know why I was burping there. It was painful. Yep, we're on an ad break. There aren't any more games after this, I don't believe. Yeah, it's just, this is it, and then it's Selection Sunday. Yep, it's just Memphis versus Houston and Iowa versus Purdue that's left. So, yep. Then it's Selection Sunday, and then from there, I'm going to fill out what teams are going to make good runs or not, is what I am going to do from there. So, yeah. They are in a dogfight, though. That is for sure. It's absolutely for sure. We've been going on for this for about just over an hour. That's good. And we're back. I think Duke falls to a 3 seed. How deep of a run do you think Duke makes? I think you said Duke might be in your Final Four. Do you think they have a shot to win it all? Like a realistic, good shot to win it all? Connor McCaffrey. He passes it to Chris Murray. He goes deep and a foul. That's nice. for Iowa. I think it's another foul on Williams for Purdue. Yes, which will be his... Chris Murray, 3 points. He's 1 of 3 on field goals. And he makes his free throw. Now it's 4 points. 44-43 Purdue. Chris Murray makes his second. It's tied at 44. Tied ball game. Williams, nice backwards pass, but it's a turnover. That had a good idea, but Hunter was not ready for it. So it's a turnover by Purdue. That is Purdue's 10th turnover. Iowa, keep in mind, only has 1 turnover. I'm doing good, Salvador. How are you doing, Salvador? Bohannon. Connor McCaffrey thought about the 3, but decided against it. He's guarded by Williams. Keegan Murray has it. Decides to drive. Steps back for a 3. Bounces off the rim. But an offensive rebound by Iowa. Perkins tries to drive. He's halted. Passes it out to Connor McCaffrey. No. But a foul called on Purdue. And, wow. So Iowa is just... It's funny. The highlight of our season was beating Duke at Cameron to spoil Coach K's final home game. Yeah, UNC. I forget you're a North Carolina fan, and I shouldn't. That's a unique thing that I won't hear often. And a turnover by Iowa. Connor McCaffrey, the ball went off. It's just the second turnover for Iowa. It's crazy. Yeah, that inbounds pass was right off of McCaffrey's hand. It's very critical. Williams for Purdue is guarded by Chris Murray. He passes it to Ivy, who's guarded by Perkins. Passes it to Hunter. Travel on Purdue. That'll be their 11th turnover. And the Purdue fans are not happy about that. Not happy about that turnover one bit. It's a turnover by Ethan Morton, who I've not heard of before. Bohannon being guarded by Hunter. Now you got Perkins. Perkins passes it to Chris Murray, who gets the layup. 46-44 Iowa. 13:35 remaining. Keep in mind, Iowa is 2 fouls. Purdue is 4, so Purdue fouling more. Wow, Purdue takes the lead off of a 3 by Morton. 47-46 Boilermakers. Connor McCaffrey. Wow. Ivy is just, he manipulates defenses. He's athletic. Crazy good player. And now Purdue is shooting 40% from 3. Iowa's only shooting 23.8. Connor McCaffrey has the ball. He's being matched up with Williams. Perkins has the ball. Passes it back to McCaffrey. Who passes it to Keegan Murray, who's being guarded by Gillis. Passes it to Perkins. And a foul. It's a foul, I think, called on... I think it's called on Gillis. Maybe not Gillis. No, it's not called on Gillis. It's on Brandon Newman. But nonetheless, the 5th foul on Purdue, getting very close to giving Iowa a bonus here. Murray missed that 3 very badly. That was off. Morton passes it to Williams, who passes it to... And another turnover by Purdue. McCaffrey gets a layup off the turnover. It's 48-47 Iowa, who's assisted by Joe Toussaint there. Again, Purdue with 12 turnovers, Iowa with 2 turnovers are keeping Iowa in this game, giving them the lead. And another turnover by Purdue. And that was a huge mistake by Iowa. And that was a turnover by Joe Toussaint. So, 13 turnovers by Purdue, 3 by Iowa. Indiana fans say that I'm not even going to comment on that. I decline to comment on that. Duke will be a 3 seed, says Jack Harrington. The ACC is hot garbage this year. Yeah, these two teams are playing tough defensively. Ivy with a 3 attempt, no. Rebounded by Edey, then blocked by Iowa. Whoa. Was that Chris Murray with a 3? I think it was. I'm certain that was Chris and not Keegan Murray with a 3. No, Patrick McCaffrey, assisted by Chris Murray. 51-47 Iowa. Ivy will try for a 3. It just gets out. So it will be 51-47 Iowa with this commercial break. Carolina will win a tourney game, and they will have a first-year head coach. That's impressive, honestly, especially with Roy Williams not doing so well in his last 2 years. So, yeah. Man, oh man, oh man. 51-47 Iowa. Iowa's now given a 68.3% chance to win this game. There's 11 minutes and 10 seconds left. 11 minutes and 10 seconds. And man, I don't know. I'm sore. Spring break was nice, but I'm going to have to get back into school, apply for some scholarships. So this upcoming week is going to be a little more busy, which is exciting, yet it also stinks on its own. Memphis still shooting 0% from 3. It's pathetic in every possible sense of the word. Wow. Unbelievable. Not just any head coach in Chapel Hill. Yeah, Hubert Davis, player there. Really good player. The most disappointing team is Oregon State. How does one go from the Elite 8 to 3-28? They just got hot at the right time, and probably everyone thought they were a joke and didn't prepare for them. That's what happens. You can have bad teams do well if everyone underestimates them and doesn't prepare for them, and they're hot and fighting to their hardest. That's what happened with Oregon State. Make no mistake, they were not an Elite 8 caliber team last year. They weren't. Say hi to my cat. You can't exactly see him. There he is. There he is. Yeah, 51-47. Iowa, they need to get a little, like I said, they need to get hotter at 3 if they want to close this game out. But I have a feeling this game's going to be close, pretty much down to the wire. Looks like Memphis might try and crawl their way back into this game. I hope that happens. Not a big fan of Kelvin Sampson and what he's done to certain programs. Not a big fan of it at all. And yeah, March Madness, man. That's what I would like to see more of in college football. This is the thing. Playoff games won't give you parity because March Madness doesn't give parity either. It's only like a select few teams, mostly blue bloods, or teams that are just really good and dynasties win the national title. But you occasionally, those teams fall big in the lower rounds. So in football, imagine if it's an 8-team playoff, you're giving teams more room to mess up is what you're doing by expanding the playoff. And a foul on Chris Murray. Wow. Edie doesn't know what to do, so he passes it out to Ivy. Gillis blocked. His layup is blocked and rebounded by Iowa. Toussaint has the ball. And it's a foul on Thompson on Purdue. So that will be their 6th foul. Toussaint has it. Passes it out to... And Toussaint is open for 3 and it doesn't fall. Rebounded by Gillis. Ivy has it, and he's driving. 10 minutes, 24 seconds remaining. Ivy, no. Shout out for the Miami analysis. Yup, no problem. I like to cover some teams. That's the 4th foul on an Iowa player. It's the 4th on... Wow. 4th on Verbracha, I believe. Verbracha. Yep. Gillis has it. Ivy looks pretty open, but they opt to pass to Edie instead. Edie tries to enforce his way through, and he does. He got it. 51-49, Iowa. Toussaint has it. Passes it out to McCaffrey. And, another Purdue foul. Man, Brandon Newman taking another foul for the Boilermakers. What is your second favorite team besides Michigan? Yeah, second favorite team. Oh, that's a tough one. Gosh. Jeez. I've always liked Nebraska. I've always liked Miami. I don't know, though. I don't really have, a second favorite team. I cheer for Wisconsin, too. It's a lot of different Big Ten teams are. Besides, obviously, Michigan State and Ohio State. I don't like those two. I don't know. That's a tough question. Oh, wow. Newman gets a nice jumper. It's 51-51. Tied. I'll answer your question at the next media break, Amazing. Whoa! Sanford with a 3 to make it 54-51 Iowa, and that was right in the face of a Purdue defender. That quieted down the crowd. Gillis passes it to Edey. And a foul. Another foul on Ivy. Yeah, Purdue with 8 fouls, Iowa with only 5. That's huge. Wow. 54-51 Iowa again. McCaffrey has it. Sanford nails another 3 to make it 57-51. Iowa is now shooting 30.8% from 3. Slowly but surely heating up. That was crazy. So Sanford, I think, is 2 of 2. Let me check the box score here. Yeah, Sanford is 2 of 2 from 3. It's crazy. 57-51 again, Iowa. And Memphis is only they're within 7 of Houston, so they might be making a comeback here. Houston looks to be in foul trouble with several of their starters. That's part of the problem, I think. Ivy tries to drive. Passes it out to Gillis, who drives. And the ball is stripped out and rebounded by Iowa. Iowa playing some really solid football right now. Toussaint has it. Toussaint tries to drive a little bit. Nope. Passes it out to Sanford, who passes it back to him. Jumper. No. Rebounded by Edey. Still remains 57-51. Hawkeyes. Ivy. Jump ball for Purdue basketball. And that leads us to a media timeout. And yeah, Jack, Iowa looks to be in favor of winning this game. They're up by 6 with 7:17 left. Second favorite team in the Big Ten, though. Well, not the Big Ten, just nationally. That's hard. That is hard. So hard. You know, it used to be Wisconsin, and it's really conditional. It depends on, like... I have to admit that I'm a total, somewhat of a bandwagon fan for a lot of different teams outside of my own. Like Michigan, I don't care if they're bad or good. I will always cheer for them. I will always cheer for Michigan. I can't help myself because they're my team. But like Wisconsin for a while was my second favorite team because I just liked how, good they were. They were defensive, tough. They were, they looked like they could take that next step. Be a fun team to cheer for. Nebraska's kind of taken that spot to a certain degree. That's not why I'm high on them, though. I mean, last year I'd basically root for them in every game just because, and then they, fell apart. But I'm high on them for different reasons besides my own, just liking of Nebraska football tradition. I'd say, Miami, Florida is certainly there. I love Miami, Florida. They're certainly in that conversation. What would be another team? Miami, Florida, Nebraska. It's a lot of different blue blood teams. UCF, I love UCF football. And that's not just, that's a lot of that's because obviously recent years and stuff. But yeah. A lot of different Florida teams. What's another good team? Yeah. I like cheering for, underdog teams that have some, like, potential to them and stuff. That's what I like doing. Underdog teams with potential are fun. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Miami. Yep. Boise State. Well, no, not Boise State, actually. How many Big Ten teams do you think will lose in the first round? What Jack said, probably round 3. Clemson, no, I don't like Clemson. I mean, I don't hate him, but I also don't like him. Another team that I actually am a fan of would probably be any team Mike Leach goes to, I also cheer for. But basically, it's Michigan, and then teams that I don't really have a second favorite team, like I already said. There are teams that I like cheering for because either they're on the rise and it's nice to see a different program, or they're successful, but it's basically Michigan. It's Michigan and the rest of the Big Ten. Even Big Ten rivals of mine I will cheer for over specific teams. For, like, Texas, for example. And Murray misses the 3. It's more about teams that I cheer against than teams I cheer for. That's what determines it, to be honest with you. Michigan's the only team I cheer for. A lot of it's other teams that I cheer against. Gillis with a nice rebound attempt, but it doesn't matter. Oh, another turnover by Iowa. Ivy slips, and he hit his tailbone again. Oh, no. That is horrible. Ivy slipped up. It sucks. Ouch. Ohio State, MSU, and Illinois could lose in round 1. Jack, are you thinking that, Michigan doesn't make it? You thinking Michigan doesn't make it, or do you think that Michigan would somehow find a way to win something? Yeah, that stinks if you're Purdue, though it looks like he's going to be fine. But that stinks. He's on the bench now, drinking some water. He looks okay, but he's grabbing that, He's grabbing. His mom is actually the women's basketball coach at Notre Dame, I think, in her second season. Really talented kid. Way short, but Williams with the rebound, and the layup goes in. It's 57-53, Iowa. Again, Iowa living and dying by the 3. It helps them to a certain degree, but also just completely handicaps them in other circumstances. And that was a nice one by Iowa as well. Keegan Murray. Williams has it. Turns around, tries to shoot, and wow. What a good shot. 59-55. Sanford has his own layup. 61-55, Iowa. With only 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the game. If Michigan somehow makes it, they would have to play the best basketball of their life. Oh man, yeah. If Michigan plays their best basketball, they can beat most teams and beat them pretty badly because they have a very high ceiling, but they also have a very low floor. They're a bipolar team. If Michigan wins more than 2 games, that would stun me. Really, if they won more than 1 game, that would stun me. And Williams misses his free throw. Still a 6-point game. Perkins has it, being guarded by Ivy. The fight. The fight. Wow. Michigan is the best class in the Big Ten, but yeah, Juwan Howard is just he's not an elite coach. Not an elite coach at all. Iowa now is in the double bonus. Purdue is just in the bonus. That's really going to help Iowa. 22 concurrent viewers. 23, it's the highest we've had. This game is almost over. 4:22 remaining. It's 61-55 Iowa. Iowa looks to be in a good position to win. Keegan Murray has it. He's being guarded by Gillis. Tries to drive and draws the foul. So he will go to the line. Iowa is given a 76, no correction, they're given an 86.5% chance to win this game. Matt Painter does not look happy at all. Keegan Murray, 73.5% free throw shooter, and he makes his first to give his team a 7-point lead. 62-55, Iowa. And Keegan Murray makes his second free throw to make it 63-55, Iowa. It's going to be very hard for Purdue to come back unless they change something quickly. Matt Painter looks beside himself. Yeah, Matt Painter looks beside himself. You gonna stream the bracket reveal show? No, I will not. This is enough for me for now, and I have other things I need to work on, but I figured why not do this game? It's important. It's Big Ten stuff, which is what my channel is about. Why not? And Ivy with a long three. I think it's rebounded by Purdue, even though it missed. Juwan Howard not getting suspended in one season challenge. That's funny. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I'm not going to stream the bracket reveal show. I will put up, I don't know. Maybe for fun I'll do like a, bracket group or something like predicting March Madness. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So yeah. Missed schools. Most schools would have fired him after the incident. Yeah, but he played at Michigan and he won them. He won the Big Ten last year and he made it to the Elite Eight. I mean, Michigan by far last year, even with the blowout loss to Illinois, that they were by far the best team in the Big Ten, and it showed it in March Madness and in their regular season. Best team in the Big Ten. No kidding, like at LSU and Will Wade, which I know is different. Describe that situation to me. Man, I'm tired. Don't know why. It's probably because it's a Sunday and because I lost an hour. Well, all of us did. Memphis is closing in on Houston. Houston just took a timeout. And they're still shooting 0% from 3, and they might actually win this thing. They're only down by 4, and they're outscoring Houston by 8 points in the second half. Wow. Wow. Well, I hope Memphis wins. I don't like Kelvin Sampson. I don't. I don't like him. Plain and simple. Don't like him. LSU fired Wade because possible violations from the NCAA. No, he was just fired like a day ago. No wonder I didn't see it. Oh, well, cool. Are they a lock for the tournament? I'm assuming they are, because they're 22-11 in the SEC, and they've beaten Kentucky and Tennessee once. They I think they swept Texas A&M too. So yeah. And the game's back on. 3:54 remaining in the game. Purdue's bench looks confused and mad. Matt Painter still has that face that he has where he's just mad. Trevion Williams shoots about 58% on free throws. He makes it 63-56. It's just a 7-point game. So let's see. Can he make his second? Bring him within 6 points. Yes. 63-57. Iowa. What can Iowa do? Can Purdue get stops, and can Purdue produce on offense? They need to do both. And a turnover. Exactly what Purdue needed. Ivy will bring it up. Gets a screen. Drives. Easy layup. 63-59, Iowa. Now Purdue needs to get another stop. Can they get another turnover? Can they force a shot clock violation? Perkins is being heavily guarded. Keegan Murray drives, loses it. Another turnover by Iowa. And Ivy has it. A 3 by Hunter goes. 63-62, Iowa. And a timeout has been taken by Iowa. Wow. That was a quick turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. 63-62. Yeah, Iowa's now only given a 60% chance to win this. It collapsed from previously 92.4. Houston is now leading Memphis by 7, so they got back on a little bit of a run of their own. Can you actually show us the game? No, YouTube would demonetize me. I can't do that. YouTube would absolutely... yeah, they'd absolutely demonetize me. Can't have that happening. Can't do it. Hey, sit. Come on. Good. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. What a day. What a day for college basketball. If you're here right now, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. It's just that simple. It's the last time I'm asking it, I promise you. From here on out, the game is going to be too important for me to talk about anything else besides what it comes down to, because this game is going to come down to the last moment. Absolutely will. Absolutely. And then after this, I'm probably just going to... Oh my gosh. My eyes. I'm tired. Houston quickly erased. They needed that timeout because they're now destroying Memphis again. They're on this crazy run. Yeah, they're on a 7-0 run since the timeout. Memphis is just... That sucks. That stinks. I wanted Memphis to win, but they probably won't. It would take an insane run of their own. Purdue with 16 turnovers, by the way, Iowa with 6, but that just shows you what living and dying by the 3 does for Iowa. Like, it also shows you what being Matt Painter does to teams, too. Not that I think he's a bad coach, but like in big situations, he has a history of, just not doing well, is the best way to put it. Iowa leads by 1, 3 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in this game. It's going to get intense. Bohannon has it. Screen by Keegan Murray. This game means everything to these two teams. Perkins has it. McCaffrey. Wow. And 1 for Iowa. McCaffrey. That was Connor McCaffrey. Wow. Using his body, manipulating Williams and drawing the foul. That was crazy. Crazy. 65-62, a chance to make this a 2-score game if he makes his and 1. Connor McCaffrey, 70% free throw shooter. $66-62, Iowa. Purdue has to respond quickly now. 2 minutes, 35 seconds. Ivy being guarded by Perkins. Passes it out, a turnover. Turnover by Ivy. That'll be Purdue's 17th turnover. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Matt Painter is the Rick Barnes of the Big Ten. His teams sometimes fold down the stretch. And a foul on Williams. Wow. 66-62 with 2:13 remaining. Painter, again, beside himself. Yeah, just that face is funny. I don't care who you are, what you tell me. That face is funny. Philip Rebrasha, 62% free throw shooter. He's 0 of 1, though, from the line. He'll get an opportunity. And he makes it. His first one. 67-62, Iowa. It's a 5-point game. And he misses the second, and it's rebounded by Ivy. Williams pushing in. No. And a foul on Connor McCaffrey. Bless me. One and one for Gillis. And that is thanks to the lack of fouls from Iowa. So if he misses this one, then all bets are off unless his team rebounds it. And he does. He misses it, and it's rebounded by Iowa. 1:50 remaining. Perkins has it. Neither team has been perfect from the free throw line. Chris Murray has it. Perkins driving. Bohannon. Connor McCaffrey. No. And a foul on Ivy. Huh. They're reviewing something. No, that's Purdue ball. That's Purdue ball. It is funny. The Rick Barnes of the Big Ten. Yeah, Matt Painter is not good in the postseason. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's not good in the postseason. I don't care what you say. But oh wow, this game ends. Memphis is within 8 of Houston. I mean, Memphis probably just at this point most realistic hope is to bring this to overtime. Did they finally make a 3? Yes, they did. They're 11% from 3 now. Official TV timeout. And you have 3 Houston starters who have 4 fouls. It's crazy. That puts Houston in danger right there. Yup, that's going to be Purdue basketball right there. That's Purdue basketball. For real. Fran McCaffrey looks mad too. 1:26 remaining. Stefanovic, short on the 3, rebounded by Iowa. Perkins. Yeah, Painter is still mad. Williams just fouled, by the way. And yeah, I need a nap. You can probably tell to a certain degree. I need a nap. But I'm not going to take it because I have work tomorrow, so I have to get on my sleep schedule. So I'm just going to stay awake, take it easy, do some stuff that doesn't require too much energy. Perkins makes his free throw, 68-62. Purdue is going to need, let me tell you, they're going to need some kind of miracle. It's getting very close to being over, especially with Perkins making his second, which makes it effectively a 3-score game. So Purdue, Ivy, not clutch, airballs the 3. He is hurting, and you can tell he's hurting. He's not his normal self. Sam Gish? No, it's not. My last name is not Gish. And Iowa wins. I'm pretty confident that. It's 1 minute, 3 seconds remaining. Timeout by Iowa. This is where it gets boring, is where they press and they have to take the timeout because they're not set properly. Funny number achieved. It's funny. It's comedy gold. In fact, it's what it is. Yeah. That is funny. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's funny. Got 33 concurrent viewers. All of you who are just coming on. I'm going to be live reviewing March Madness as well. At least some of the bigger games. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell and like this video so you can get notified when I live review those games. Man, I am just tired. I'm tired. And it's 63-53 Memphis. Safe to say Houston is going to win the American Conference, get that automatic bid. Memphis will make it as a lower seed. And Memphis, I'd say, is probably going to reach the round of 32 or Sweet 16. They're going to make some kind of run. One minute, 2 seconds remaining, and a foul. Perkins will go to the line. Iowa, reminder, leads by 7. Foul on Jaden Ivey. So Ivey, I think that's his third. Maybe his... yeah, it's his third. Third foul on Jaden Ivey. Iowa now given a 96.7% chance to win. I hope Baylor does not win at all. I hope so too. I don't want them to win. 70-62. Funny number has now been surpassed. Amazing. Which means Iowa's likely going to win. They've scored 70 points. Don't think they will look like they'll look like hot garbage versus OU in the Big 12 tourney. They won't look like that, but I don't think they'll make this amazing national title run either. Can they win it all? Probably. But will they? I don't think so. "52 seconds remaining. They take another timeout. Which is just, to me, it's just asinine. Can't stand it. Can't stand it one bit. It's irritating. The ads. So irritating. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. You know, this kind of is what it is. Yeah, Houston killed Memphis's dreams. 12 points. 12-point lead. With only 2 minutes remaining. It's basically impossible to come back from that. Close to impossible. Okay, Iowa's one more timeout. Purdue is more timeout. So expect this live stream to continue for like 10 more minutes, since the last, minute of basketball just takes ages to finish. That's why, another one of the little minor reasons that football is, Oh, wow. Yep, that's done. It's over. Armand, I presume you saw the play where Iowa just dunked it on Purdue. This game's over. Williams with a 3, doesn't bounce. Gillis rebounds it. They have like 40 seconds remaining, and none of the threes are falling. And yeah. Yep, game's over. 30 seconds remaining. I'm going to head out as well. I'm ending the stream. It's 30 seconds remaining. Iowa's about to lead by 10 with 30 seconds remaining. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, guys. Love you all. Thank you for helping me get close to 3,400 subs. We're going to get stronger and reach 4,000 and 5,000 before the beginning of football season. I can feel it. But thank you all for watching. Going to cover more of March Madness, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys around. Bye.